This smart exit sign solution is going to significantly reduce the cost it takes to manually test each individual device. It's going to eliminate human error and remove obstruction to hospital or public facilities' day-to-day operations. And it's going to reduce the time it takes to generate a digital copy and regulation compliance reports. So today I will be giving a demonstration on the Smart Exit Sign solution to give you an idea on the art of the possible for the future of hospital and public facility regulation. First, I'll cover each of the individual components that are associated with this demonstration. And secondly, I'll walk you through how data is transferred from the actual hardware to the IoT platform and then to the dashboard. And lastly, I'll show a technical demonstration and show the day in the life of a facility director. So to begin, I want to introduce the persona, which is the facility or compliance manager or director, and they would want to satisfy really three requirements. As a facility or compliance manager, they would want to be able to minimize the risk of regulation fees, costs, as well as human error. They would want to decide to run a test on all of the exit signs to evaluate if they are in a pass or fail state. And lastly, they would want to have a digital record to satisfy any audit requirements. So to talk you through kind of the data flow that goes through this demonstration, we have the exit sign itself, which can self-inspect for AC power. Is their electricity going to the lights? Are they functioning correctly? Is there backup battery, which is a huge part of regulation, and there can be significant fines if not met. That data is then passed into the IoT platform, in which that data is stored for long-term and short-term storage. In the case that there is let's say, a low battery, in which we're going to see today, or in the case that the battery is not functioning at all, immediately there would be a Maximo order placed. The data that is stored here also passes to the facility director dashboard, which allows the facility director to have visibility into all the assets that he or she are responsible for. So there's several components to this demo, so I want to make sure I cover them before we begin. On the left, we have the smart exit sign that has self-inspection capabilities. For the demonstration today, the exit sign will diagnose whether or not the battery is working or is low battery. I drained the battery last night, so that will be the message that we see today. The second piece of this is the Verizon MiFi device, which just represents the network or the Wi-Fi connection at a public facility. And lastly is the tablet on the right, which we'll use to remotely show how the exit sign can be conducted remotely. So we'll go ahead and initiate the test. For demo purposes, we have limited the time it takes to do the test to 10 seconds. So now we'll switch over to the IoT platform to see the data coming in real time. For production purposes, these tests can be scheduled for the facility directors as they choose. Here we can see that the test has completed and that there will be a low battery signal. In this scenario, as a facility director, he or she would want to be immediately notified in this case so that he or her can make corrective action. So let's go into the executive dashboard on the IoT platform to see how a facility director would be able to ensure he or she is within compliance. Here, the facility director is able to see all of his or her assets across all of their facilities. What is really valuable here, though, is that the facility director can immediately see where they stand within compliance from monthly, yearly, and even daily perspective. They can then drill deeper into an individual asset to understand, in this case, is there a fault? Where is the fault occurring? What floor? Which asset? So that they can take immediate and corrective action. They also have visibility into how long they have until to get the asset within regulation, whether that's a battery replacement, fixed light, in order for them to be within compliance. And it looks like with this asset, they're probably going to need to get this asset checked within the next 9 days to be within compliance. This allows the facility director to be able to generate reports and have a visualization to the compliance of all of his or her assets. So along with the automatic testing of the exit signs, there still is a physical inspection that will need to be done. Here we can open up the physical inspection application that anyone in the public facility, with authorization of course, can use from any device. Here, we can see a blueprint of the entire sample hospital that we can drill into to display all the exit signs, fire extinguishers, and other assets. The process of generating the blueprint comes as a service, so you don't have to worry about finding ways that you can add this to the application. Here we can see a few passed, a few not defined, and ready to test assets, all across the 7th floor of this sample hospital. During the inspection process, you would then click on an asset that you would want to inspect. Now that we've clicked on an example exit sign that needed to be looked at, we can scroll down to some of the inspection questions that are required for regulation. This is a quick and simple way to do the inspection and record all of the data in an effective way. So here we're going to go and say that potentially there was something wrong that was visually obstructing the actual exit sign. In the case there was an issue with the exit sign, you would log it and then take a picture of the issue. So here we're going to go and type in some notes about the issue with the exit sign. Let's say there was some obstruction. Click Finish, and then take a picture of the actual exit sign. So here we're going to zoom in, click on the exit sign, click Use Photo, and done. This allows you to have documented photos and information about the actual issue along with the exit sign that could potentially help when generating a work order. Which leads us to our next part, which is actually requesting a work order. So here we would type in the description of the actual issue. We can click the planned start time, as well as when we need this done by. Department assigned, and then you can assign it to a person and click done. Once that is completed, we can go back and a work order would be sent off utilizing Maximo.
So now that a work order has been placed, we're going to go ahead and open up Maximo to see exactly the work order that has been initiated. So here we would go to Assets and Condition Monitoring. We'll enter the point number for the exit sign. We'll scroll down to all of the work orders that have been placed, download the Excel file, and at the bottom we should see the work order that we just placed utilizing the exit sign solution. Scroll down to the bottom, and there you go. The Maximo instance itself is actually an hour ahead, but as you can see, a work order was placed for the exit sign. The last part of this that I want to show you is another integration capability that the exit sign solution has as well, and that's with Tririga. So we're also going to see a work order that has been placed and how the exit sign can function with other services. So here we'll open up Manage Tasks and Work Tasks. We will type in exit sign fault. And here we'll see all the work orders that have been placed utilizing the exit sign. And if we go to the bottom, we should see at 12:41:55 was when the last work order was placed using Tririga as well.
Once the work order is sent off, the individuals responsible for the asset can go out and fix the issue immediately. With this system, you no longer have to contract out individuals for the inspection process. The inspection process that requires the obstruction to day-to-day operations can now be done automatically, and this simplifies the inspection process as a whole. This smart exit sign solution is going to significantly reduce the cost it takes to manually test each individual device. It's going to eliminate human error, remove obstruction of hospital or public facilities' day-to-day operations, and reduce the time it takes to generate regulation reports.